Agentic browsers are arguably the next frontier of browsers. And so in the modern era, and for all those who are on computers, we can really say that browsers are the tool we use the most. They help us navigate the internet and help us be very, very productive. And so basically everybody who has a computer and an internet connection spends a great amount of time on browsers. And so the next frontier of browsers is moving towards what are known as agentic browsers. And basically what this means is that a browser that you can control with an AI agent. So you just have to tell the AI agent what you want done. And basically the AI agent is going to control your browser and do everything. And so in this video, we're going to be looking at a couple of those browsers which exist already. Keep in mind that this experience is not yet perfect. It's still an idea which is being explored. And hopefully it becomes mainstream. Hopefully it really, really becomes very efficient. And so just from the idea, there are so many questions that you can ask. The whole experience of using a browser is something we have done literally for the past 20 to 30 years. And so having now some AI coming to do everything, and all what we have to do is just sit back and type in what we want or say what we want. It's kind of a new experience. It's kind of a new frontier, and which I'm sure many people might not be comfortable with. However the case, you all come down to how productive such a tool or such a vision is going to be. So let's just look at a couple of them and see what they promise to do. So for example, the first we have is Comet, which comes from Perplexity.ai, which is an AI company. And so they're proposing to you this browser that works for you. And so what is important to know that it's available on Android as well, Mac and Windows. And so what does it promise to do? The AI that understands, AI that organizes, AI that builds, AI that emails, AI that creates, AI that shops, and maybe some other ways as well. And so just off the bat from these few features, what can we deduct from here? Currently, the AI tools we use are kind of chat interfaces where you kind of speak to the AI and sends you back a response. But in this new frontier, the AI is not just going to reply to you, but it can equally manipulate the environment, or it can manipulate your browser. For example, AI that organizes is able to organize your tabs to make them much, much better or much more organized than they were. AI that builds is able to create images for you as well, and maybe some other content. AI that emails, for example, you can just say into the prompts that send an email to this person and do this, do that. It will do it automatically for you. AI that creates is able to create a study plan given syllables for the next week to help, and so on and so forth. And AI that shops as well. If you link in the correct cards and everything, it's able to shop for you and other things. And so these are just a few features this tool is able to do already. But the vision really goes far, right? You should be able to ask virtually everything, and it's able to do. For example, if you just ask, go onto the CNN website, for example, and give me the latest articles and display them to me. Something like that, something random like that, and it's able to do just that. Open the tab, show you the articles, highlight different important parts, and so on and so forth. So it will no longer just reply to you with maybe the information you want, but you literally open the tab. And so that's kind of the vision I see, or the way I understand it to be working. So this is just the first iteration. ChatGPT as well has its own version, which is called ChatGPT Atlas, and it's equally available on Mac OS just for now. Maybe the Windows version will be coming later. And here you can have a kind of a preview of how it's working. So you have the interface on the right where you can ask things, and it's able to manipulate the browser to the left. It's still very much of a chat interface, and so hopefully in future it gets much more seamless. So it assists you when you need it. It gives you information, and it does a whole bunch of things. I mean, you can go on chatgpt.com/atlas and you can find this. You can enjoy all of the features of us. So far, I'm not really getting into the hype, It's able to shop, yes. It's able to send emails, but I don't think that's the main thing or the main features we are kind of hoping for an agentic browser. For example, a good use case for me personally will be to ask the agentic AI, hey, go to Canva, create an amazing poster, and head to Facebook and post that poster, for example. And it is able to do all of that workflow, then it will become useful to me. But if it just comes down to sending emails and shopping, those are not activities I do on a regular basis. I guess yes, some people who do those on a regular basis. So we equally have another one, which is called Sigma, and it's really much more, let me say, details, So AI's first private agentic browser. Your browser now a private engine that clicks text and completes tasks securely. So here you can have a kind of a preview of what it's able to do. So to the left, you have the AI agent to the right, you have the AI agent to which you can speak and it can perform tasks directly. So for example, you can see it's typing here. You can see how the cursor is moving literally and clicking on things. So for example, here it asks to analyze Jira and corresponding resources to help check completion of a task, for example. So you can see how it's moving through the different websites, moving through the different tabs, and you can see the cursor that is moving. This is quite interesting, and it is acting on things. And so, looking at this, there's a very huge limitation I see coming in with this browser. It's something very, very huge, very, very important, which is context. We are able to manipulate data. We are able to interact with our different tabs and browser because we have a context. We understand what we are trying to do, but the AI agent might not have the whole context that we have in our heads. And so it might be performing tasks which are not really what we want. So that's another huge downside this might have. But so far, okay, so these browsers come with a lot of features: intelligent browsing, deep research, writing assistance, tools for max productivity, and many, many other things. So definitely check them out, and hopefully they boost your productivity and offer you some amazing features. So far, I find that they're already very, very useful, but the hype has not yet caught on to many people. And so personally, I think it's because of the limited things they are able to do so far. But hopefully this goes in the right direction and they become much more productive. Definitely check it out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one.